Fashion is something a lot of people love. Everyone wears clothes. It's an interesting last frontier for technology in an age where everything else has become dominated by technology. I'm Mary Huang. I'm founder of Continuum Fashion, which is a high-tech concept fashion label. The initial idea was actually that I saw that there were these cheap 3D printers coming out, and I felt that the most logical thing to try to 3D print would be something like a pair of shoes. So you could download your shoes the night before and then get new shoes in the morning. That would be great. If you look at 3 years, 4 years ago when I first really was working this, no one else was doing this. The goal of Continuum was always to redefine how you do fashion design. Fashion is this really, really old medium. It kind of speaks to how people live their lives. But many of the traditions we have from fashion design come from outdated modes of society. The things we know from the last century are t-shirts and blue jeans. And as we approach the next century, it's going to be about software and more digital technologies. If you could 3D print things and just get a dress or get a pair of shoes, then you could just solve that last piece in the experience. What we're working on is just solving that problem. How do you get your design out of the computer and have purely digital manufacturing? This is my studio in Brooklyn. So some things with designing a 3D printed pair of shoes are the same as regular designing, and some things are actually just a little bit more efficient. First, you can start out designing by sketching just to get your ideas out, and then you'll want to go onto the computer and work in CAD software to make your 3D model. And then we move to another software program to prepare it for the 3D printer. It makes all the layers for the printer. You choose your material for the print and put it into the machine, and you load the file, and the printing takes about 8 to 12 hours. Right now, the shoes, if you buy one, they're printed right here in the studio. It's artisanal 3D printing. So this is the finished print. Some of our pieces have also been in museums and exhibitions. Fashion shouldn't stay the same way it's been the last 100 to 500 years. Fashion could be made differently. If you consider what fashion is, so much is built on appreciation of craft, which is totally valid. Right now we're in this phase of finding that technology is really beautiful, and that makes it interesting because people actually are putting value into technology, into interaction, into how something's made. And so this is a good time to think about what fashion means to everyone because we live in a digital world.